It's the 15th of April 2022 and we're doing our first burn off for the year. Seems a little early actually to be doing burn off, but the fire restriction period has ended for this municipality, and I lodged the notification with the CFA, and everything was fine. You can see there is green about and not a lot of tall dry grass, which is what you want to be most concerned about, or certainly what we're most concerned about. Sheep are hiding here behind me. It's okay. It's okay. Good sheep. Good sheep. But the reason we wanted to start early, and we'll probably just keep this one quite small, but we've got a lot of burn off to do. Not only have we taken down trees in accordance with our planning permit, we haven't done a burn off in 2 years on account of COVID lockdown restrictions. So we're just way behind in terms of burning off. I think what we'll do is logs like this, such as the one I'm sitting on now, a big straight one down the back. I think we're not going to burn those, and we'll try and use them as some sort of structural element, even if it's to create pathways, etc., moving up through the woodland. Smaller sort of branches, thinner branches that are of 10 centimetres or less, we're going to use those for fencing panels and the like. So we're not burning off that which we can use for other purposes, which I think is good. But there's definitely a lot that needs to be burned off. And as anyone who has any land in a fire-prone area knows, you really do have to keep on top of this, otherwise it becomes an unacceptable risk. So we have to crack on. This one's going to be a doozy. So I've managed to bring all the trees down from the courtyard, the trees that are moving to the farm this Easter long weekend. So we've got 3 Lombardy poplars, jacaranda. See the poplars. And what I've done is I've left them without water for a few days, so the pots are lighter. And then to get into this trailer, they're going to have to bend quite a lot. So almost training them overnight to bend. It'd be amazing if they do get out in one piece, but there's nothing else I can do. They have to. They can't stay in the courtyard as they are, and at least we can give it a go, not cutting them. And this one's quite long, so zero chance of getting them out in the car. And even with the trailer, it's going to be somewhat difficult. But we'll see. It's 10 to 6 on Easter Sunday morning. The car and the trailer are loaded. The trees are most unhappy, but we're good to go.
So quick, and the plane was so quick. Give us a reading, wherever you are. Let me talk to you. 1300, 700, 222. You're probably on a boat. It's 6 o'clock.
A Sheikh Dr. Andreas Lover says with the upcoming election, now is the time to act.
Jesus, there isn't a planet B, nor is there for us. We believe that during the election we have a voice as well as a vote. And so I would encourage people to make their views known that they do believe.
It sure is.
I've got a great poem by, or a couple of people, which I'll read. Sitting and observing a blue wren or a lizard or something like that, and it just, yeah, I think nature's healing, isn't it? The natural world is very healing, and when you're out there, you're in the middle of it.
We have arrived. It's about 20 to 8. Looks all right, but we'll see once we get it out. Go and pen these sheep first though, so they don't give everything a nibble. Right, mum. Listen. Good for you. Right, yeah. Good for you. Chuck. Good for you. You dropped that. Look here. Chuck. You got it? Here, Mum. Chuck, stay away for a minute. Stay away. Stay away. No. Listen, back off. Back off. Here you go. Mum, look. Chuck. Oh, Pearly, she misses out. That's it. Gone. That's it. Gone. No. So the trees they've made it okay. The very tallest one has a bit of a kink in it, which I think is from the way I sort of caused it to bend overnight in the car park. Certainly not helped by the way it had to be tucked into that trailer, but it might straighten up. And even if it doesn't, that's okay. I don't think it should affect the health of the tree, and it will just be an attribute that it has on account of its particular history with us, which is being in the courtyard for, I think it was 2 years. It was either 2 years or 3 years. I think it was 2. I got it at the start of 2020. Yeah, growing to that height in the courtyard. The very tallest one was actually in the ground because I ran out of pots. So it got quite a bit taller than the others. So I think what I'm going to let it do is leave it in the pot and let them go dormant before I move them. This is Leo's tree, a maple, Acer rubrum. Just starting to take on a bit of colour now. Yeah, so leave them to go dormant before moving them to their position, which is here. You can see the neighbour has poplars. They're quite a bit bushier and a little bit shorter. They've just been put in this year and they're doing spectacularly well, actually. You can see actually the same specimen of tree down the back, the Lombardy poplars. So we know they grow here. And so we'll put 3 along here. We need to keep this space free because we're thinking that trucks and whatever else might need to get into this section, so we won't put any trees there. But I have ordered trees for the other side of this driveway, so running up there, and again we might just be careful with sort of clearance. And they are fruit trees, so apples and pears, and a fig tree I think, and a quince. Anyway, we'll work out what goes there, but there's more fruit trees coming. Gotta go and cook some breakfast. How is it? So in here I've just put, so this is just down by the driveway, in a section that'll be fenced off to accommodate these new driveway trees. I've just put about 24 Nerine bulbs, which is really, it's a bit late to be planting those. They're an autumn, a summer autumn flowering bulb, but I have no self-restraint and I can't resist but to put them in the ground now. And also it's interspersed with daffodil and tulip bulbs, about 20 of each. And probably I will do that along that side as well, and then possibly up there and maybe even down there as well. And again, it'll be fenced off from eager little sheep. Well, if anyone from Cambridge University Press should ever happen to watch this video, know that your packaging materials, by which you send me various textbooks, are being put to good use in this new bed that I'm creating here, similar to this one here, where a bunch of lily bulbs went, or the tubers rather, and the on that side I was going to put dahlias, but quite ready for dahlias yet. I may end up just putting some bulbs in for now, and so what I tend to do is just layer it with cardboard and then a layer of mulch or straw, then compost and more straw, and just kind of layer it up. It seems to be working reasonably well. I've done the same thing with the new garlic bed here, and I was actually thinking about planting into this today, but just added a couple of bags of potting mix to it, and also some of that sugarcane mulch. But as I've hoed through it, some of the manure is still fairly wet, and I wonder if it might just burn the bulbs that I that put in, the sort of individual cloves of garlic. So whilst I'd like to get them in the ground, because it's due to rain this week, I think it might be better if I were to leave it for another week or so.